From today, we are going to start with uh, introduction to business intelligence. We are going to see all these things: evolution of BI, that is business intelligence, then BI value chain, introduction to business analytics, then definition and concepts, business applications of BI, its framework, then what is the role of data warehousing in BI, then infrastructure components, its process, technology, and roles and responsibilities of BI. So this is overall syllabus of your unit 4, wherein we are going to concentrate on business intelligence. Now before we move on to know what is the BI, what is the concept of business intelligence, we should be clear with the idea what is the meaning of intelligence. Okay, so before that, let us go through what is the evolution and how this concept has evolved uh, by itself. So before the BI, there were days wherein we used to use COBOL as a programming language. Okay, so COBOL has a long form as Common Business Oriented Language, and this COBOL language was very good enough to produce the required report. Suppose I am a grocery shop owner, and if I want to have how many number of items are sold today, then I would be able to see, as a grocery shop owner, I would be able to see how many number of items were sold today. If I want to see how many uh, a particular item are sold today, say for example, if I want to see how many pieces of Lux soap is sold today, so that can also be seen. So likewise, there were many such applications can be developed with the help of this COBOL language. But the problems were there were certain issues, and there were certain limitations to that. So the limitation number one is like, it requires a huge amount of paper. Why? Because every report would be printed on paper, and that too on a dot matrix printer. Because those days where there were no availability of the laser printers, or if at all they were there, they were not so popular, or they were the scarce resources. So for from that point of view, these were the limitations, that it requires huge amount of the paper. Then it used to take a long amount of time. Why? Because it has its own process to execute, and at that point of time, I am talking about 1990s. Okay, at that point of time, even the hardware was not so developed as today. We have the capability in our handheld devices. Even those capabilities were not there with the machines at that point of time. So it used to take huge amount of time to execute the things, and uh, out of date by time they were printed. That means uh, whenever that data becomes the old data, the things were printed, and then it used to get shown to the management. So that was one of the era. And then came the online transaction era, wherein everything was in real time. Whatever things were occurring, that used to be seen by the management people in real time. As these are some of the advantages, that it took no paper. That means it was kind of paperless things, and even the transactions were fast if compared to COBOL. Okay, but there were certain limitation to this also. Okay, so what were the limitations? They did not leave an auditable trail. That means auditable trail का मतलब ये हो गया, auditable trail का मतलब, now if I want to know how this particular result has appeared, suppose this is a result R and now I want to trace it back. ठीक है, इसको मुझे ट्रेस करना है कि ये कहाँ से अपीयर हुआ, इसके पीछे कौन से पॉइंट्स थे, ऑल दोज थिंग्स आई वांट टू नो. सो दैट कैनॉट बी डन. ऑडिटेबल ट्रेल का मतलब आई वुड बी एबल टू ट्रेस आउट कि दिस वाज अ थिंग विच factor in for this result, or it is the thing that is dependent on this thing. So this I should be able to trace out that this is the original place from where my results are getting manipulated. Okay, that means I should be able to trail the थिंग्स. ट्रेल मतलब पीछे जाना, कि ये रिजल्ट है मेरे पास, तो अब इस रिजल्ट का ओरिजिन कहाँ से है, कि इस पे डिपेंडेंट था रिजल्ट. ये जो ऑब्जेक्ट है, whether this object is again dependent on some another object, so I should be able to trace it back. Okay, so that is nothing but auditable trail. So at the starting point of time when this online transactions were there, this was not available. Nowadays you can trace back even minute details, whether they are online or offline. So that is now possible, but at that point of time it was not possible, and they were not good for showing the large amount of data. That means online transaction may, you cannot rely on showing huge amount of data. Huge amount of data आप show नहीं कर सकते. Okay, so online transaction processing systems were expensive and fragile to failure, and they were expensive to maintain. Why? Because the internet rate was high. If you took the case of even 4 to 5 years back, the scenario was the 1 GB data, 1 GB डेटा का रेट was 250 रुपीज. 250 रुपीज खर्चे करने पड़ते थे 1 GB डेटा के लिए. ओके, सो दैट काइंड ऑफ एक्सपेंसिवनेस वाज देयर अंटिल द जियो केम इनटू मार्केट. जैसे ही जियो मार्केट में आया तो दिस रेट started falling down, and now even you can utilize the 1 GB data free of cost. Okay, so that was the scenario. In the same way, this online transaction processing was expensive at that point of time. उस वक्त वो एक्सपेंसिव था. नाउ इट इज not that expensive, and it is obvious thing also nowadays. Okay, and it was fragile to failure. Why? Because the supporting uska jo network tha, that network was not strong enough, that infrastructure was not there which can be said as a strong enough to handle all these online transaction with all the care. So it was fragile to failure. Okay, then online transaction showed only limited type of data. That we have seen that it cannot be used for huge amount of data. Okay, large amount of data cannot be shown over here. So it used to have the limited type of data and showed that data was unique to the application. It was possible to find the same piece of data with multiple values. Okay, now you must be knowing this is the one of the anomalies of your database management system. All of you have studied DBMS. Okay, and DBMS में there is a concept of anomalies. Okay, anomalies are of three types. Anomalies are of three types. कौन सी anomalies है? Anomalies can be insertion anomaly, it can be a deletion anomaly, or it can be a updation anomaly. So what is the meaning of anomaly? Anomaly का मतलब ये हो गया कि whenever you are trying to enter your data in the database management system, and if that particular table or database is not normalized up to 3NF or BCNF, then there are chances that your table will be suffering from these anomalies. So what is the meaning of anomalies? Anomalies का मतलब ये हो गया कि आपके डेटाबेस में, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल स्टूडेंट एबीसी का रोल नंबर कहीं पे वन शो किया जाएगा, एंड इन द सेम टेबल समवेयर एल्स द सेम स्टूडेंट विल बी having a roll number 2. Okay, so this is a contradiction. Why? Because if I am saying that roll number 1 is of student ABC, then it should not happen that student ABC will get roll number 2 anywhere in my database. अगर मेरा डेटाबेस में 1000 नंबर ऑफ रोज है, तो ये 1000 नंबर ऑफ रोज में मुझे हर वक्त ये मिलना चाहिए कि जहां पे भी मुझे एबीसी स्टूडेंट मिलेगा उसका रोल नंबर एक ही होना चाहिए. फॉर एग्जांपल इट शुड नॉट बी कि समवेयर इट इज 1, समवेयर इट इज 100, समवेयर इट इज 500. So all these type of anomalies are there if your table is not normalized to 3NF or BCNF. So in the same way, in the online transaction, you have this kind of multiple different values coming from multiple different applications. That means you have different values coming from different applications, but they are representing one and the same thing. In the same way as we have taken the example of student, so student ABC may get the roll number 1 in one application and may get roll number 100 in another application. So that was the one of the issue. Now another issue was value shown to user A and user B were not same. Why? Because everyone is accessing its own application, and that is why these are the limitations wherein you are going to have this online transaction. Okay, so decision making in the world where there was no definitive source of data become a challenging and a dicey exercise. Obviously जिस चीज पे मेरा डिसीजन अवेलेबल और डिपेंड करता है, and if that particular data is not reliable, then I will always be in a situation wherein I will come up with the wrong conclusion. Okay, so for example, इसका एनालॉगस अगर एग्जांपल लेना है, सपोज दिस इज माय स्टैक एंड ऑल ऑफ यू नो दैट टॉप ऑफ स्टैक is always a important variable, isn't it? Top of stack से क्या decide होता है? Top of stack always decide whether it is a underflow situation or overflow situation for a stack. तो स्टैक अंडरफ्लो सिचुएशन में जा रहा है या ओवरफ्लो सिचुएशन में जा रहा है, ये हम कैसे डिसाइड करेंगे? टॉप ऑफ स्टैक से. एंड इफ दिस टॉप ऑफ स्टैक इज गेटिंग manipulated by different number of threads, say T1 is a thread which is manipulating this top of stack, and there is another thread T2 which is also manipulating this top of stack, then we cannot rely on this top of stack for determining whether it is a overflow or underflow. So the basis of my decision is not fixed. Why? Because on the basis of top of stack, I am deciding whether it is a underflow or overflow. In the similar way, whatever type of data on which I am dependent and I am trying to take certain decision, that data itself is not what you can say trustworthy, then your decision will always be dicey. Okay, you cannot say, you cannot confirm the decision, because the data on which you have took the decision, that data itself is not complete, or it is not perfect enough to take the decision. Okay, and that is how the concept of data warehouse came into existence. Now you have the huge amount of data over here, and you have the overlapping applications which are not sound for the business decision. So thus comes this particular concept of uh, uh, this concept of data warehouse. Okay, so with the data warehouse, it was now possible to do whole new style of reporting and analysis. Why? Because now maximum of the things were dependent on how the data is getting manipulated. Okay, so this is it. Then next important concept is your business intelligence value chain, how the things are going to get carried away. So before that, we should know what is the exact meaning of intelligence. Okay, so intelligence is the ability to learn, understand, or to deal with new and trying situation. ठीक है, ट्राइंग सिचुएशन मतलब you don't know the result, so you are going to try it, or you don't know exactly how you are going to deal with that situation. Okay, so the skilled use of reason, the ability to apply the knowledge to manipulate one's environment or to think abstractly, that is nothing but intelligence. That means whenever there is a new situation, you should be able to apply your intelligence, you should be able to apply your skills to deal with that situation tactfully. ओके, ट्राइंग सिचुएशन मतलब ये आपकी कैपेबिलिटीज को चेक कर रहा. ट्राइंग सिचुएशंस का मतलब क्या है कि इट इज नाउ टेस्टिंग योर कैपेबिलिटीज. ओके, so that is intelligence. So you might or might not be knowing that nowadays there are number of robots getting developed which are doing many tasks like climbing on rock or climbing on staircases, all these tasks which we as a human being are doing it very easily, but for a machine to climb a staircase or for machine to climb on a rock, it is a very difficult task. Why? Because all the environment gets changed, all the situations becomes new, and in that kind of situation, whether your system is able to take the decisions based on the environment, based on the newer situation that is in front of your system, so that is the intelligence. So business intelligence is a set of concepts, methods, and processes to improve the business decisions using the information from multiple sources and applying the experience assumptions to develop the accurate understanding of the business dynamics. So what is important? Important is that you should be able to apply the प्रायरली गेट एक्सपीरियंस. आपके पास जो भी एक्सपीरियंस है, you should be able to apply that experience, you should be able to apply the assumptions to develop an accurate understanding about the business dynamics. Okay, so it is the gathering, management, and analysis of the data to produce the information that is distributed to people throughout the organization to improve the strategic and tactical decisions. Okay, so that means now business intelligence means now you are going to concentrate on how from the huge amount of data that is available with you, how you can improve the decision making power. Because for every business, if and you are not able to take the timely decision, the correct timely decision, then there are chances that your business may cease to exist. Okay, so from that point of view, taking business decision is very, very important, very, very crucial. Okay, so business intelligence involves the integration of core information with relevant to contextual information to detect the significant event and eliminate the cloudy issues. Okay, that means जहाँ पे मेरे को डिसीजन लेने की बात आई, तो वहां पे नाउ देर इज अ सर्टन इंफॉर्मेशन इज ऑलरेडी अवेलेबल विथ मी, एंड विद दिस सर्टन इंफॉर्मेशन if I can have the contextual information, ठीक है, कि एक बेसिक इंफॉर्मेशन है मेरे पास, और उस बेसिक इंफॉर्मेशन के साथ अगर मेरे पास कॉन्टेक्चुअल इंफॉर्मेशन है, तो देन आई शुड बी एबल टू डिटेक्ट द सिग्निफिकेंट इवेंट्स. सिग्निफिकेंट इवेंट मतलब इंपॉर्टेंट इवेंट्स कि क्या होने जा रहा है. राइट नाउ अगर आप रिलायंस का एग्जांपल लेते हो, तो रिलायंस हैज नाउ टेकन अ बिग लीप to be there in the renewable energy. Why? Because they are foreseeing the significant events that in coming 50 years or 100 years there may not be petrol as such. Why? Because it is a scarce resource. It is the resource that is going to get exhausted within the 50 years or 100 years down the line. So they are going to see it as a significant event. How? Because of the core information and because of the contextual information. Contextual information मतलब all over world में क्या चल रहा. Okay, so on that basis they are taking the correct decision at the correct point of time, and at the same time they are emulate the cloudy issue. That means now जो भी problematic issues है, all those problematic issues must be addressed. And how these issues are going to get addressed? They are going to get addressed if you can combine the core information with the contextual information. Okay, so it includes the ability to monitor business trends, to evolve and adapt quickly as situation changes, and to make the intelligent business decision on uncertain judgment and contradictory information. So as we know that nowadays what is a trend is of e-vehicle, isn't it? ई व्हीकल का अभी ट्रेंड है, करंटली ई व्हीकल का मार्केट है, और ये जो मार्केट इवॉल्व हो रहा, दिस मार्केट इज गोइंग टू एग्जिस्ट फॉर कमिंग centuries, and that is why this business trend has been tapped by the Reliance, and they are there in the field of renewable energy. Okay, so they are making the correct decision at the correct point of time. Otherwise, if they are not taking the correct decision and they are only relying on their oil refineries, then it may be the case that for 50 years the Reliance will survive. But what after 50 years? So these type of things are taken into consideration by the businesses to take the correct decision at the correct time, and that is nothing but your business intelligence. Okay, so it relies on the exploration and analysis of the unrelated information to provide the relevant insight, identify the trends, and it discovers the opportunities. So they have discovered the correct opportunity that nowadays it is the time to have the e-vehicle, and for e-vehicle you may be requiring the renewable energy. Okay, so they are discovering the opportunities, how they are having the business intelligence. Okay, then there are two concepts. These two concepts needs to be understood thoroughly, that information quality and data resource quality are not the same. They might be used interchangeably. some or the other time, but they are not the same. Okay, so what is information quality? It is how well the demand for business information is met. That means how the businesses are utilizing whatever the demand for the information, how it is getting satisfied. Okay, so it includes the data used to produce the information and the information engineering process also. Okay, while on the other hand, the data resource quality is how well the data resource supports the information engineering in meeting the current and the future demands of the business information. So it is not only taking into the required the current demand, but the future demand also. Okay, so that is how the data resource quality also matters, not only the information quality. Okay, so I hope these concepts are clear to you. And now this is the thing that we will be discussing. This is called as the business intelligence value chain. Okay, so data resource is there. So basically you need to have this kind of thing, that you will be going towards from down to up. The approach is from down to up, that if you have the good resources, then you will have the information engineering. Then once you have the information engineering, you will have the correct knowledge environment, and then you will come with the concrete business intelligence. And based on the business intelligence, you will have the strategy, because until and unless you have the strategy, you will not be able to achieve much of the thing. So this sits at the top, and it totally depends upon the data resource. So in coming lectures, we are going to see all these steps in